I didn't have good grades in high school. I really didn't. This is funny, I tell people this and nobody believes this story, but it was sophomore year in high school. I remember walking down sort of the corridor and somebody's like, hey, where are you gonna go to college, or what are you thinking about? And I said, oh, I'm probably just gonna go to Harvard. And they said, Harvard? Like, you're not gonna get in Harvard. And I was like, what do you mean? Don't you just like kind of send your thing in and pay and go? Like, no, you have to actually apply and they have to accept you. That was sophomore year in high school is when I learned that, which is crazy these days because I've been talking to my daughters since they were like, this yay big about college. So I didn't really know. So I wasn't applying myself in school, didn't have good grades. And my dad had asked me, I did all the applying myself, went to the colleges myself, parents didn't know what was going on. And then after the deadline, this is like in January, February, the deadline was like, November, December for applying to college. And my dad said, hey, how's it going? How's the college stuff coming? Where are you going to apply? I said, oh, I already did. I applied. I'm done. He's like, oh, you applied already? What did you apply to Wharton? Because he knew that I talked about that business school and I wanted to do business and stuff. I'm like, oh no, I didn't apply to Wharton. There's no way I could have gotten in. And he said, oh really? There's no way you could have gotten in. Zero. It's zero. And I said, well, I don't know if it's zero. It's pretty close to zero though. And I said, there's a lot of essays and all this stuff. He's like, oh, so it's work. You didn't want to do the work. I said, no, I'm fine to do the work. It's basically, my guidance counselor told me I can't get in. Objectively, I don't think I can get in. So, I didn't apply. And he's like, all right. And he was looking at me and I'm like, all right, you're right, Dad. I'm going to apply, And this was after the deadline. So this is like 2 months later. I went, did all the essays, did the whole application, did everything, sent it in. I never forget, it was like May when you sort of got the letter. I went out to the mailbox, I saw it. It said, Wharton School. I ran in, I opened it up. Yeah, I got rejected. But it really taught me a great lesson because when I was opening that envelope, it really felt non-zero to me. Even though it was like, I had no chance of getting in and it was after the fact, and it probably was as close to zero as anything could possibly get, but I just felt like happy that I went through the process. Nothing had changed. It was still the same probability, but I was really happy I went through the process and took a shot, and I had in at bat. That letter, that chance, there's a possibility it could have said accepted, although it's as close as zero. And so I've just taken that in life in general. It's like, I'm not going to accept that it can't be done unless somebody proves it's a zero probability. And often the case, you can't prove it's zero. There's always some non-zero probability. And it's typically the stuff that's really close to non-zero, nobody else is touching, that's where the big opportunities are.